Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports.
We'll watch the Washington Mystics in this one as they go up against the Connecticut Sun.
This is Blake Suniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, and we're excited for some 2K hoops.
And guys, you have to admire the way these two teams play. They're all about ball movement.
I mean, you look at the stat sheet, look at the assist numbers these teams put up. There's not too much hero ball going on. They're unselfish.
Yeah, both sides are focused on working the ball around and generating the best shot possible. It's fun to watch.
Now here's Deladon. Sykes outside. Dolson. Back to Sykes. That one falls, coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed.
With a nice touch around the rim, Sykes doesn't miss many opportunities inside.
Here's Court Queen. The Mystics pull it in. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Pass to Edwards. Sykes. Nelson Adota with the rebound.
A real defensive lapse there. She's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. They're lucky she didn't punish them there.
Well, the Mystics joined the WNBA in year 2 of the league back in 1998, and they won their first title in 2019.
It took a long time, but it was well worth the wait, beating the Sun in a thrilling 5-game finals. That 2019 team setting a WNBA record with a 115 offensive rating. They went 26-8 in the regular season. When you think about the all-time teams in the history of this league, 2019 Washington, they're in the conversation.
Here's Melbourne. And so just over a minute and a half played. Pass to Dolson. Sykes. Dolson with the screen. Brittany Sykes can't get that one to fall. Here's Court Queen. Banked in off the glass.
It's a pleasure to watch her work at that end of the floor.
And first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Melbourne. Deladon. Pass to Sykes. Back to Deladon. 6 to shoot. Let's go with a 3. And another miss by Washington. Now here's Court Queen. She's tightly guarded. The basket good off the assist from Marina Mabry. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Edwards. Melbourne. Deladon outside. And here's Sykes. There's the triple. Deladon, no good.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The team got lucky. I'll bet her percentage is pretty high from that range.
And here's Melbourne.
Pass to Sykes. Looking to end the run. That one's all good. She's now 3 for 5 from the field.
She's having quite the quarter here, shooting the ball really well and just an impressive performance on all cylinders.
Washington trailing. Here's Melbourne.
And here's Edwards.
Now here's Dolson. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Brittany Sykes outside. It is not good. She's made half of her 6 attempts. Here's Court Queen. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, you gotta like her shot selection today. She set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Washington has possession. A 4-point game. Back to Sykes. Edwards. Screen by Sykes. Edwards with it. Deladon outside. And out of bounds, the Sun will take it. Now here's Court Queen. Defense right on her. Count that one.
This has been a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring from the paint.
You know, really, that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to drop shots in.
Picked off midair. Outside Charles. Good. First shot, first basket.
It's not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. Just too many looks from in close.
You know, usually when teams give up runs like this, it's because they allow chances from inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Now here's Deladon. Looking for her first basket still in this one. Pass to Melbourne. Shot clock at 3. Brittany Sykes for 3. That one, no good. The Sun leading. Here's Court Queen. Count that as her 7th field goal in 10 tries. She's shooting a nifty 70%.
They've come into this game with a very aggressive approach. Pounding the ball inside, and it's working.
Yeah, it sure is working, Tim. And they're finding the open lanes to the hoop and just owning this game early on.
What a start.
Now here's Court Queen. Defense is right there. Outside for Mabry. Court Queen. Second chance shot. And the layup is good.
And 10 of their last 12 points now have come off an assist.
They're just moving the ball well, getting everybody involved.
Well, Tina Charles has always had an impressive and versatile skill set, Brian.
Yeah, she's led the league both in scoring and rebounds before. She's a true double-double threat on any night and impacts the game in so many ways.
Now here's Court Queen. Tight defense on her.
Huge advantage for them already.
Total control, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I'd look for this lead to get even bigger.
Absolutely.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now Melbourne. Pass to Edwards. Deladon. Here's Dolson. Yes, and it's Elena Deladon picking up the assist.
Showing off her ability to be a stretch 5. Stephanie Dolson is more than capable of hitting from way downtown.
And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
Now, fellas, how much importance do you put on these early season standings?
Well, you know, Blake, if we're talking pro basketball, starting out strong, definitely more important in the WNBA than it is in the NBA, simply because the season is shorter and you have less time to figure things out.
I agree, which is why you have to credit these top teams. But you never know. There's still plenty of time for teams to rise or fall.
Now here's Dolson. Here's Samuelson. Misses the 3. Now here's Court Queen. Guarded by Dolson.
A tremendous shot blocker. Dolson's length at 6'5" and defensive IQ lead the Swats.
Here's Court Queen. Good from the moment it left her hand. That makes her 10 for 14.
She has been unconscious this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Dolson. Now Samuelson. The 3. That's in, and she's found her range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Of all the players you want to leave open out on the perimeter, she is the last person on the list.
The Mystics on offense, trailing by 10. Here's Melbourne.
Samuelson outside.
Deladon from outside, off the mark.
Surprising miss, wouldn't you say? I mean, she usually devours those wide open opportunities.
And there it is.
Defensively, they've been unable to shut down the most important part of the court, Brian, the middle.
Yeah, and the point totals in the paint are tilted heavily against them now.
Now here's Deladon. Quiet so far offensively, searching for her first points of the game.
With her missing literally everything she's put up today. You can see why the score is what it is. They've made one bucket after another since getting this game started. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, Tim. I wouldn't go that far, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Now here's Samuelson.
That one falls. Her second basket of the game. She is now 2 for 3.
Yeah, late reaction from the defense. She's always going to convert that.
With some arc. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
And back in 2023, the Sun traded away former MVP Jonquel Jones.
Yeah, sending her to New York in a blockbuster deal. Despite losing one of the best players in the league, Connecticut went 27-13 last year, got to the WNBA semifinals, and that tells you how good this organization is.
Now here's Angsler. Pass to Sykes. From downtown. Good. Score the basket. Marker 4 for 8 shooting. 50% so far.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc. Taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Really piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here is Sykes. She's got 11.
Really nice rebounding this way. All game, getting it done.
Yeah, they've totally dominated on the glass. Just a huge advantage for them in that category. She's really pummeled these defenders today, no matter who has been on her.
Pass to Angsler. Sykes with the ball. Fires from deep. They get it back. And that one's good. Austin.
They've been sensational on the boards to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a good word for it, Tim. That's good. You usually have the right word for these kinds of situations. Just tearing it up on the glass.
How kind of you, Brian. She's made the most of her chances, hasn't she? She needs to keep on working to get these good looks.
Sykes outside. Angsler. Pass to Dolson. Over Charles. And it's Dolson missing. The Sun on offense. Court Queen with it. Now guarded by Dolson. Yes, it's good.
And that'll raise their field goal percentage even more. They're enjoying a big edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. They've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has just been great.
Such a high IQ on this team.
Sykes, no good.
Yeah, she's been off her game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go down.
Here's Court Queen, and she makes good on the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they keep allowing easy looks inside.
Now here is Sykes. 11 points in the game. Pass to Austin. Angsler. Now here is Sykes. And another miss by Washington.
Now here's Court Queen. She's guarded by Samuelson.
And here's Court Queen. Launches it. Nailed from three-point land.
And their lead gets even more enormous. They play terrific basketball at both ends.
No doubt about it. I certainly can't think of an area where they've underperformed.
And neither can I.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Sun ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll bring you the start of quarter 2 when we return.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Deladon. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And it's Austin missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's putting it mildly, guys. They've been absolutely dominant.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
Here's Deladon.
Pass to Angsler.
Takes the three.
Yes, and it's Elena Deladon picking up the assist.
After going scoreless in the first, she's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And the shot goes down.
Of their last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is smash mouth basketball, guys.
Yeah, they're really imposing their will offensively and getting exactly the kind of looks they want.
Samuelson outside.
Just 4 to shoot. Alina Deladon for 3. And another 3 for Washington.
Great outside shooting is really fueling this run.
And the D is just getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down.
Here's Court Queen. And she banks in the layup.
4 of their last 5 makes came off a high-quality shot inside.
And that's right out of the textbook. They're having their way down low right now.
Pass to Angsler. And here's Samuelson.
Here's the 3.
Angsler, no good. Now here's Allen.
No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. And it's Court Queen missing. So it's Washington now.
Angsler with it.
The tray.
Samuelson outside.
Deladon hits the three-point bomb.
The defense has to chase Deladon off the three-point line, or this is what happens.
Here's Court Queen. Soft touch off the glass.
And they're beginning to just fall apart defensively, especially on the interior.
Yeah, they're crumbling like a cookie right now, and that's 4 straight field goals they've allowed from within touching distance of the rim.
From in close. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
The size of Deladon is a lot for a defense, especially when she's looking to scoring close.
And Connecticut has possession. They lead by 17.
Nothing like the point guard putting the exclamation point on the play.
Every generation of players pushes the limit, and the athleticism at all positions is just breathtaking.
It's really just amazing.
If you told me 20 years ago, guys, that we'd be seeing point guards pull off dunks like that, I would have called you crazy. But now we're seeing it.
It's her first trip to the line, and she makes the first.
And for the Connecticut Sun, their first year in the W was in 1999. They're still searching for that first title.
Connecticut has been so close, falling in the finals 4 times. A couple of those losses in heartbreaking fashion. Sun fans are very hungry for that banner.
Now Deladon. She's got 8. Sykes outside. Dolson. Back to Sykes.
And that's collected by Marina Mabry.
There's no way around it. It's been a difficult game for her offensively, and it has cost her team.
When you look at this Washington team, they hang their hat on defense. That's the priority.
Yeah, last year they were 4th in defensive rating. They have a great coaching staff. That helps with scouting reports, defensive schemes that we'll see. And the Mystics do a great job, executing those scouting reports.
And that one falls, so she hits both of them.
Shooting 100% in the quarter, they're just taking full advantage at the line.
Very nice job making the most of their opportunities.
Sykes outside. Dolson. Back to Sykes. Deladon a screen. Sykes, no good.
3 triples for her in the first quarter, but she's yet to knock one down in the second.
Here's Court Queen. Off target at the rim. And it would take a major comeback for them to get back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, the chances of that happening are extremely slim.
Pass to Melbourne.
Back to Deladon. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good, and she'll go to the line. And this is her first trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along, and I've been getting more and more engaged.
And it's paying dividends. I mean, they've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it here in the second.
Court Queen, that's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop every time down. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Or at least some fight.
And here's Melbourne. Takes the 3. And Elena Deladon gets the 3.
Now they're getting their points now almost exclusively from three-point range. 4 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
And the defense practically giving them those shots.
And they'll take them.
She is putting on a clinic out there. Really the centerpiece of their offense.
Now Washington went 19-21 in the 2023 season, falling in the first round to the Liberty.
Yeah, getting swept by the eventual runner-up in New York. The Mystics going 19-20 in the expanded 40-game regular season. They ended up with 7 seed.
Sights, no good.
It's almost like she's trying to make things hard on herself. Work it around, get an easier shot.
Here's Court Queen. It's good from long range.
And she's definitely making her presence felt here in the first half. She has been just incredibly effective so far.
Pass to Dolson. To the wing, right side. Deladon outside. Just 5 on the clock. She scores her 6th bucket from the floor with that one, and she shot the ball 11 times.
She's leading the way offensively. Can they ride her back into it?
2 minutes.
Charles.
She's covered by Edwards.
Now here's Court Queen. She's guarded closely. Charles, no good.
That's a surprise. Out of character for her to miss those when the D's not right in her face.
Pass to Melbourne. Deladon. Here's Melbourne. Here's Deladon. Lets it go from deep. And that's collected by Tina Charles. And here's Nelson Adota. Outside for Mabry. Now Allen. Court Queen deflects the pass. Out of bounds. Sun ball as Connecticut keeps possession.
So close to picking that pass off.
Still a nice play, though, to make sure the pass didn't reach the target.
Mabry up top. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Court Queen. Back to Mabry. Puts up a 3. Edwards grabs the miss. The Mystics really having a tough go here. And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here is Sykes. Out to the wing. It's Melbourne. Offline with the 3.
You can't get into much better position for the three-pointer. Just didn't get it to fall.
Pass to Charles.
It's stolen by Edwards.
Now Melbourne. Here's Dolson. Back to Deladon. Foul called that time on the way up. And that'll give her 2 chances at the
Elena Deladon.
And this will be her 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here. And the 2nd free throw, good. Now here's Court Queen. Tries to snap the cold streak. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Sun on top, opening a huge gap. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the 2nd half.
And it's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair through the first 2 quarters, but there is plenty of time to mount a comeback. And you look at Court Queen, what a contribution.
Her approach in the first half, I really liked it. It was an aggressive one. Take the ball into the teeth of the defense and try to get either points at the rim or sometimes even draw some fouls.
And mostly, she's been getting to the line, right? I mean, she's got the free throw total to show for it, as well as a few bruises.
So it's Washington now. Pass to Melbourne. Back to Deladon. Jacks up a 3. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
When you let Deladon get comfortable shooting, you give up points.
So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The first free throw is good.
Gonzalez. 2 shots.
And so she hits both. The Mystics on offense. Pass to Edwards. Now Melbourne for 3. That one's in, coming off an assist from Aaliyah Edwards.
Yeah, you might not think of her as a true ace from three-point range, but the shot was there for her.
Here's Court Queen. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're not rotating quickly enough on defense down low.
They've got to provide more resistance inside.
Deladon outside. Pass to Sykes. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Sun.
You know, it has been a rough night for her, but you can't falter on that try.
Here's Court Queen. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And wow, you just don't see point guards who can finish like that too often.
And when do you see hops like that on a guard, you know they are special talent.
47, 48, 49-inch vertical, who knows?
Man, I mean, to have that kind of explosiveness at the rim in your backcourt, that strikes fear into the heart of a defense for sure.
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Solid work right there. There's a big difference in field goal percentages of these teams in the second half.
And that difference has come about because we've got one team moving sharply, getting good shots, and the other just a little bit stagnant. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, one coach did his job at halftime. The other, not so much.
Elena Deladon for 3. She watches it go through the hoop for her 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Just on fire from beyond the arc.
Seems like just about all her points are coming from deep.
Court Queen, that's good.
She is just tearing it up this quarter, and I don't think this lead is going to go anywhere while she's this hot from the field.
And the Mystics call time here.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Sykes outside. Deladon. Pass to Dolson. And here's Melbourne. Nelson Adota with the rebound. Here's Court Queen. And she dunks it down.
The leading scorer in this game, the dominant figure today. I mean, there's just no doubt about what she can do on the court.
Sykes outside. Launches a 3. Rebound, Tina Charles.
I'm sorry to say it, guys, but she's given them little to nothing at the offensive end.
And talking about Brittany Sykes, she's known for her defense.
Well, when those GM surveys come out every year, Sykes is normally the pick for best wing defender. She's an old school type of guard, doesn't take a lot of threes, hangs her hat on disrupting opponents.
To the middle, it's Melbourne. That one falls, coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed.
What an alert play. Just a great job of hitting her teammate on the move.
Here's Court Queen. The shot, no good. Aaliyah Edwards, strong defensive effort. Pass to Sykes. And here's Melbourne. She's guarded by Court Queen. Deladon outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the left side wing. Off target with the open look. And this could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What a performance it's been. Now, that's her MO. Sometimes she can score more points by herself than the rest of the team combined.
Here's the Mystics with the ball. And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
And here's Melbourne. She's got 8 for 3. Rebound, Marina Mabry.
Hard to figure out why she didn't bury that one. Not a defender near her.
Pass to Court Queen. And she uses the glass on the layup.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside. That's 10 points in a row from the paint.
It's now become, here it comes, and see if you can stop it.
Deladon outside. Sykes outside. Pass to Melbourne. Beyond the arc. The Sun pull it in. Court Queen with it. Non-stop scoring machine here. Mabry with it. Court Queen. Back to Mabry. Here's Court Queen. Right side Charles. To the inside. Here's Court Queen. Edwards grabs the miss. Now Sykes. Melbourne. Elena Deladon for 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And add another three-pointer to their second half total.
They came out of the break dropping bombs and are just not letting up.
You'll love to see that.
And it's Court Queen missing. Pass to Deladon. Sykes outside. Now here's Dolson. She's guarded closely. Shot left block. Nelson Adota with the rebound.
That's a big part of what they want to do defensively, and that's limiting her easy chances inside.
Court Queen, that's good. Now here's Deladon. 26 points for her. Sykes outside. Back to Deladon. No good there. And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become. Well, people think of Mabry as a shooter, and she is a great one, but Marina also is more than a capable playmaker.
Pass to Melbourne. Back to Deladon. Fires for 3. Drills it from outside.
Great quarter for her at the offensive end, trying to will them back.
And she jams it in with authority.
She's such a great dunker.
A high riser, no doubt about it.
We've come to expect plays like that from her, and still, they never get old.
Melbourne. And the Mystics hit again from deep.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
So we see the Sun taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
This game really a defining game for what they can do when they're playing at their best. Being here at home helps, but the execution anywhere was terrific.